Hello, good morning, good afternoon. I am happy that you are joining me again for part two of the Liberated Hearts Self-Love Bootcamp. I am feeling exceptionally well today, and I hope that you are too. So, for part two of the bootcamp, we will be working on building awareness and self-perception. This is Denitra, your emotional wellness coach. And for part two, we're going to work on three primary areas. And that will be number one, enhancing your awareness of self. Two, enhancing your perspective on emotional pain and how you can use it to fuel your journey to self-love. And number three, guiding yourself into self-acceptance. So first, what does it mean to be self-aware? Self-awareness is the conscious knowledge of one's own character, feelings, motives, and desires. Consciousness refers to the awareness of yourself and the environment. This means not just getting to know who you are, but understanding who you are. To begin to understand who you are, you must connect to your emotions, good and bad. We readily accept our feel-good emotions, but often we push our pain deep into our subconscious. This negatively affects our self-love because the subconscious stores these feelings. Our subconscious influences our actions and feelings even if we are not fully aware of it. So if I had to give you an analogy on what I just explained, subconscious in your subconscious mind is kind of where you store a lot of feelings and thoughts that you may have had in the past, and that could be based on experiences that are not present. They're not fully present in our conscious mind, meaning that we're not always thinking of those thoughts or focused on those thoughts, but they still affect our actions and feelings even if we are not fully aware of them. So by becoming consciously aware of negative feelings and thoughts when they arise, we are then able to examine the root of those feelings and rid ourselves of them. Self-awareness will help you develop and grow those positive emotions that you need in order to embrace self-love. The internal dialogue that we have with ourselves should be one in which we are affirming our uniqueness and greatness. So by becoming more mindful of your thoughts, that will help improve your self-love and your self-awareness. So right now, we should start by eliminating any negative self-talk. And that's what I challenge you with today and from today forward. I challenge you to reverse every negative thought with the opposite positive thought. Now, I know this might seem very elementary, but it is very important to developing positive self-love and improving your self-awareness. By consciously focusing on your thoughts and feelings, you're able to ward off those subconscious thoughts that try to enter the forefront of your mind. So, for example, I am so dumb. Instead, say, I am so intelligent. God has blessed me with wisdom and I am grateful. Another example could be, I don't like my stomach or my body. Instead, say, I love my body. And not only say it, but begin to feel it. I am thankful for my health and love myself enough to make the changes that I seek. These positive affirmations create space for you to love within, and it will also help guide you into self-acceptance. It is important to start viewing yourself without judgment. This will require you to embrace your perceived internal and external flaws. Now notice I said perceived. A lot of things that are buried into our subconscious are those old beliefs which were planted there, and they are false truths. Focus on those things that you love about yourself. This will help remove those old belief patterns that we discussed in part one of this bootcamp. Remember, your thoughts affirm your truth. Our last topic for part 2 of the Liberated Hearts Bootcamp is tackling emotional pain and how we can use it to fuel our journey to self-love. Let me say there is no easy way to deal with emotional pain. But in order to discover and embrace self-love, we have to rid ourselves of negative emotions that result from toxic relationships. Now, when I speak about relationships, I'm speaking about any type of relationship that you are in. It could be with your daughter, your mother, your husband, your boyfriend, your significant other. Any type of relationship that you're in could potentially be a toxic relationship. This may go back to our old belief systems about what is being stored into our subconscious. For example, I experienced verbal abuse as a child, so seeds were planted into my subconscious that impaired my ability to love myself. Although I might not have been fully aware of the thoughts, they affected my feelings about who I was and who I would become. This led to feelings of inadequacy and unworthiness. My emotional pain was diminishing who I truly was. It wasn't until I began to sit in my pain and face it head on that I was able to effectively deal with those emotions and release them. I not only examined the pain of the situation, but I also started to take a deeper, closer look at myself and how I was taking care of me. The real truth is that I wasn't taking care of myself because I started to believe every untruth that was planted within me. Allow yourself to be uncomfortable. Face the ugly feelings so that you can come out on the other side into peace, joy, and abundance. When we are in the midst of our pain, it is difficult to understand that pain has a purpose. Pain serves us in letting us know that there is a problem within our bodies. Emotional pain is no different. Another way to look at this is that pain comes to you for healing. So again, if you're not willing to face the pain, it cannot be healed. Understanding this will not happen overnight, and it may take years of self-work to heal. And being transparent with you right now, it has taken me a long time to be able to effectively deal with the negative emotions that were buried within me that was based on false beliefs that I had attained during a period in my life in childhood where I was experiencing verbal abuse. I want you to be patient with yourself. When pain is deep rooted, we have to work diligently at changing our belief patterns. By joining this boot camp, you have taken a necessary step in changing your perspective on your pain so that you can clear the way for more love. I want you to know that I am here to guide you along the way and provide you with additional coaching if necessary. I want to share one of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite people, Miss Maya Angelou. I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. Pain can change us, but we have the power to decide how we change. We will now start a short guided meditation. My goal is to try to make each meditation as we go along in the boot camp a bit longer. Find a quiet place without interruptions and let's begin. And this particular meditation will be about 5 minutes long. I want you to focus on your breathing and have your journal and pen ready to complete your journal exercise. I want you to begin to take deep breaths in and out, in your nose and out through your mouth. If and when any thoughts arise in your mind, simply take a deep inhalation through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Focus on your breathing. And today I also want you to focus on love. I want you to develop a picture in your mind of the person that you would like to be, or the image that you want to see for yourself. So see yourself in love with yourself. What would that look like? Focus on what love would look like for you. While you're focusing on love, continue to take deep breaths in and exhale through your mouth. Hold on to that beautiful image of what it looks like to be in love with yourself. Think of the things you will do to show yourself love. Think of how you would feel. I want you to really connect to the feeling that you feel when you're in love with yourself. As you continue to think about yourself in love, I want you to imagine yourself radiating this love like a beam of light out to others. And I also want you to see yourself receiving that same love back. Continue to focus on your breathing through the last few seconds of this meditation. I hope that you enjoyed today's meditation. The purpose of today's meditation is to take a deeper, closer look at those internal and external perceived flaws that we have about ourselves. So our journal questions for this week, and you should receive or have received a worksheet, is what are your current beliefs about yourself? Whatever comes to mind, no matter how silly they may seem, write them down. Number 2 is for every current negative belief, I want you to write down the opposite. And again, for instance, if it's ugly, I want you to write down pretty. I want a whole list of your current negative beliefs with the opposite. And then also for every opposite, so if you have a opposite, like ugly, pretty, I want you to write down an action that you can take to affirm pretty or to affirm the positive belief. These questions are due by the end of the week, or whenever you finish working on them, just email them to me and I will provide feedback again for every worksheet assignment that you have. I hope again that you enjoyed today's boot camp. I hope it was able to open you up to a little bit more of exploring those feelings that you need to explore in order to attain the level of self-love that you are seeking. I will talk to you soon as we move forward into part 3 of the Liberated Hearts Self-Love Bootcamp. Stay blessed.